I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, so a long time ago, I made it clear that Show Cloud Guy is my least favorite character in the entire series. Because while Kreek gets better in the shows, somewhat, Cloud Guy gets worse in the shows. In the third episode of Paralleling Poppy, I ended up saying that Show Cloud Guy ruined a lot of episodes. I meant that. There were so many he ruined. Laugh Out Cloud and Cloudy with a Chance of Hugs don't count, since those episodes are still good even with his stupid antics. No, the ones he ruined include Rainbow Mageddon and this episode, Apple of My Ire. Do you know what the similarities between those two episodes are? Unique ideas that could be explored, and then the stupid Cloud Guy formula they use in every single Cloud Guy episode of the series. I went on to sum it up in my part 2 livestream of Trollstopia that got taken down. Thanks, NBC Universal. As Cloud Guy comes in and basically does whatever he does, whether that involves any kind of teasing or simply being an internet troll in terms of humor, Branch, or anyone else for that matter, try to stand up to him, he feels all horrible and upset. Poppy gets angry asking them what they did, or stating that what they did was wrong, through some kind of situation in which he would give either a sob story or do something that no one else wants him to do, or feel what no one wants him to feel, that they instantly take back their words, making the status quo God. He reveals that it could have been an easy fix, or that it was all a prank the whole time, and the episode ends with Branch or anyone else who was involved with Branch's side angry at Cloud Guy, leaving more episodes in which the exact same thing is going to happen again and again and again, unless they either stop that formula or they change that stupid formula. The worst part about that formula is that it's used multiple times, as well as the fact that there is no change or variant of it. Same formula, same execution. But where did all this come from? Apple of My Ire. How does this episode have any significance to Poppy in this series? Because of how other characters tear down Poppy's likability, not her or her actions. Knowing all of that, I really want to get this over with, so let's get this off the ground. The episode begins with Branch leaving his bunker for 10 minutes. We find out later that it's because he was getting a birthday cake for Gary. Alright, decent start. How do they screw it up? Well, Cloud Guy shows up in the bunker, and with clones, he butters Branch's floor in an effort to be a total ass to everyone around him. Why is that? We'll get to that, and it'll be the absolute worst part of Show Cloud Guy. To Cloud Guy's surprise, Branch actually doesn't react all mean and hostile. He actually reacts with genuine kindness and respect.
Oh, hey, Cloud Guy. It's good to see ya. Heading back to Gary's playroom for some cake. Want some? I'll clean that later. Stay if you want. Doesn't bother me.
That is such an interesting plotline and could leave a ton of room open for change. For the first time, Branch is not angry at Cloud Guy, and there's development between him and the other characters. No more arguments, no more frustration, no more anger, and people actually want Cloud Guy to show up. Wouldn't that be such an interesting change that would make everything better? I mean, Kreek changed and got better. Why can't Cloud Guy? But no, I wish. Instead, we get something even more frustrating and upsetting. Well, we're at the second part of the formula. Poppy coming in with an angry face to scold Branch or some other character who supposedly hurt Cloud Guy and has to give him or them a good talking to. I mean, really, this is every single time Cloud Guy gets hurt in some way, emotionally. It's Poppy showing up and saying, "What did you do?" And every single time they do it, it's beyond frustrating because Poppy should not be blind to the fact that Branch is essentially getting harassed by someone all the time. It'd be different if it was once in a while, like a kind of ribbing or teasing or prank. But all the time, or at the very least every time he shows up, it's ridiculous and makes my blood boil. Also, see how the others pretty much grumble and get angry at Branch after he speaks? Specifically for no reason.
What? Me? Nothing.
See? He even admits it. I spent all day slaving over pranks just for him, and he did nothing. No groaning, no furrowed brow, no threatening with pointy sticks.
Hold on. So you're upset because Branch isn't upset?
Exactly.
You heard that right. You were not drunk or high or sleepy or anything. He just admitted that he's upset because Branch isn't. He intended to get a rise out of him. Let's talk about the difference between crazy and evil. If Cloud Guy thought doing this while we're forced to see Branch tormented or harassed would be helping him in some way, like he has to do it, or else something will go wrong in his life or health, then that would be crazy. It would still be wrong, but at least we know why he has to do it. Like there's no option to not do so. Here, though, he does it because he gets enjoyment and fulfillment in his life, from annoying the absolute hell out of Branch when he doesn't have to. That is literally evil. To find out that he did this to other trolls in Trollstopia makes this even worse. Because originally we would think, okay, at least he's not harassing anyone else or shattering the reputation of another troll. But nope, in Trollstopia we find out that Holly, Dante, Lono Jones, and Laguna also get harassed by Cloud Guy. This is my biggest problem with show Cloud Guy, and my biggest problem with the episode. The unfortunate implications are all over the place. And this isn't me pulling anything out of my ass or me twisting it so Cloud Guy seems worse. This is straight up what the episode tells us.
We had something very special, Poppy. I push his buttons, he loses his temper, and now he wants to throw that all away!
Oh, and by the way, they treat this like it's a relationship, almost like a breakup story, and that does not make it better. It makes it worse.
Look, Cloud Guy, I'm not trying to be nice to you. It's just, we've had a lot of adventures together now, and over time, you and I have just grown together.
Look, girl I like, it's just that we've been through a lot, and over time, you and I have just grown apart. That's how they play it up, but with everything flipped into the opposite. Grown together is their opposite way of saying grown apart.
I think our rivalry is over.
I think our relationship is over. I think we're through. You can see it. However, this is actually an interesting idea, but yet they already dropped the ball on where it could go next. It'd be interesting for people to not be annoyed by Cloud Guy, and Cloud Guy would have to grow in some way. However, the problem is that they don't explore that territory. They only use this stupid joke of treating it like a breakup and do nothing else with it. Essentially, the plot is just helping Cloud Guy move on and find joy and meaning in his life. And I'd be fine with Poppy and the others doing so, if it weren't for the fact that Cloud Guy literally confesses that his point is to annoy Branch as much as possible. I wouldn't be supportive of someone harassing another or doing dipshit things to other people. In fact, because of Cloud Guy's crap, I honestly think that he deserves this.
Cloud Guy, no! You can't give up!
Why not? Frustrating Branch was the only thing that made me accumulate out of bed in the morning.
Seriously, they're gonna hammer it in the entire episode, and it gets really annoying. The gang tries to help him by finding a new person to annoy. Snack Pack, do you even realize what you're doing? Cooper tries to do it by being annoyed that he put a pepper in his brownie, but Cooper is too amused and thought it was funny. Then Biggie tries to help and actually does pretty well, but being the lovable troll he is, he apologizes. Then we try Smidge, and I honestly think she does the best in acting angry, but Cloud Guy can tell she's faking it.
Maybe you have to let him go before you can open up your heart to irritate someone new.
Maybe you have to let him or her go before you can open up your heart to date someone new, or marry someone new, or meet someone new. Seriously, they're all over the episode. Also, Poppy, do you realize what you're saying? By that line, you essentially just said, I'm okay with Cloud Guy irritating others and harassing them. This is what we call an unfortunate implication. When you try to be funny or teach a really good moral, but because they don't work their way through the kinks, or a specific part of the episode, like the plot structure or even a specific writing style, is not proofread, you accidentally teach or convey something that sounds worse in context. To me, this is what all the worst episodes of Trolls suffer from. We then see Cloud Guy go to Branch's bunker, and I'm not joking with any of the stuff I'm about to say. He gives Branch keys he used to break into his bunker, retrieved a bear trap hidden inside his chair, which could have hurt or killed Branch, a kicking boot in the floor, a scorpion in the toolbox, and this is the creepiest thing of all, a tracking device he implanted while he sleeps. We even hear Branch say that was what was causing the sound. I cannot find this cute or sad. Instead, I find it creepy and messed up. He thinks Cloud Guy is going to strike with dumping something on Branch, but instead that was berries for Smidge's annual pie. Apparently Cloud Guy was helping Smidge with that. See what I mean by seeing a kinder side to Cloud Guy? Also, writers, don't ever pull off that stunt. It's the worst thing you can ever do. Make Cloud Guy seem more like a saint or the good guy, and Branch as the bad guy for being suspicious. It makes my blood boil.
What?
Hey, don't you groan. He had absolutely no idea that this was truly what was going on, and he has the right to be suspicious. We get a back and forth segment that reminds me of Season 2 again. We get an actually funny joke with Branch's high vocal range, and then we reach the climax. Yeah, this episode is very quick and slow. It's slow when it's melodramatic, and when it continues, it's quick. This muddles the pace and the atmosphere a lot. Branch sees something suspicious, and it ends up being a prank to the farmer troll. With all that, it seems like we're finally gonna move on. But Branch doesn't trust it and deems the rivalry as back on.
Poor Branch. Even when happiness is so close, some trolls just can't get out of their own way.
Hypocrite. You were like that earlier.
Then again, he is right.
Wait, what?
Yep, it was a trap. It turns out the farmer was a clone in disguise, and Cloud Guy essentially played Branch and Poppy into bringing the rivalry back on because screw actual legitimate change, the status quo is God.
You mean all this time I thought Branch was in the wrong, but really it was... It was...
It's okay, Poppy. You can say it.
It was me.
He even admits he's in the wrong. What I'm doing is wrong, I know it's wrong, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Wow, we can throw pretentiousness onto all of this, can we? Honestly, I wish we saw Poppy get annoyed with Cloud Guy, or go and apologize to Branch after finding this out at the end. And that was Apple of My Ire. It's a god-awful episode, and the tragic part is that it had good ideas and didn't have to be. Poppy wasn't even that pretentious. She just wanted to help in whatever she can to see him happy, not knowing what his true intention was. This is Cloud Guy's worst episode in B Goes On. It was paced slowly and quickly, muddling up the storytelling, was more melodramatic and emotional than usual, and thus any humorous moment doesn't land great. Poppy had good motivations, but it takes an awful character type like Show Cloud Guy to bring her likability down until the end. There were unfortunate implications all over the place. It's bad in every sense of the word. However, it isn't bad enough to justify giving it a 0. Why? There were good ideas that could be explored, and Poppy was still good. She just didn't know Cloud Guy truly was tricking them, so I could understand where to follow. And some of the moments where the gang's trying to help Cloud Guy are indeed charming. It's not a good episode by all means, but it's not the absolute worst of the series. That distinction goes to Prank Day and Creek Week as the top 2 worst. This is just more of an annoying bad rather than emotionally bad. Not a negative review entirely, but it still makes me feel bad enough that I'd never ever really want to watch it again. Anyway, we got the worst out of the way, and yet Poppy still comes out on top because she didn't know Cloud Guy was tricking them, and still had good motivations to boot. We're still going strong with the series, and we're coming to a close. Next time, we take on Bunker Break-In, Mission Impossible style, where the episodes start getting good again, but still having a bit of a bias that makes me feel uncomfortable while Poppy still remains on top. So hey, if you guys feel down from this episode and my editor feels down from editing these depressing scenes to show, don't worry, we'll fix that. We'll break down the break-in.